Hello guys, this is Dev the Sunny Panda and welcome back to my playthrough of This Is the Police. Let's continue on. So, where did we leave off last time? We left off with Jack Boyd completely changing and being like a... I don't know, just change. It came and we're just going along with the change. So, September 12th, Thursday, the Golden Bird reports, rumor, Kevin Paulson next Freeburg police chief. It's not a rumor, I can confirm that. Freeburg Tribune says Kevin Paulson preparing to take helm at FPD, and the fact says Mayor Rogers supports Kevin Paulson as next police chief. I trust my family. Of course he would trust his family because the chief of police being the neighbor's family member makes it easier for the mayor to do whatever she wants. Little didn't come into work today, okay. Weiss says I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight, can I go home? Yes. Armstrong says, I'm too tired, I can hardly walk straight, can I go home? I think he's on a case, so we'll say no. And we have a stripe. I was saving it for Austin, but Austin's professionalism is through the roof, and Kochi is the second lead. Maybe giving it to Maul would be good. Have another detective with a stripe, so there we go. Let's start the day, and let's listen to some of our new tunes in the cassette format. Back in business. Alright, let's go. Alright, so day 60, not 20, sorry. And a request from City Hall. Now you earn 10% more, $660 per week. That's great. We can hire one more, what? Was it an officer? Yeah, an officer. But, no, I'm just noping out of the officers as of now. Really look at their professionalism, I'm still stunned. Homicide in the ghetto, two teenagers were sitting on some steps and smoking. A black man approached and asked for a cigarette. Go ask somebody else, monkey, the adolescents responded. Wow. The man grew enraged, quickly pulled out a knife and drove it into the chest to one of the teens. Wow. According to the other teenager who managed to escape, then he took a cigarette, quietly sat down on the steps and started smoking. Okay, I can understand the anger when somebody calls you a monkey, but stabbing someone right then and there, but that is a bit badass, I have to agree. Alright, Kochi will take the lead on this with Yancy and Asano. Off they go. Catch the deranged guy who just stabbed a teenager and sitting there smoking a cigarette like a badass. I'd call it a badass. There's a rape in the residential area. Not good. Morris Queen heard from a neighboring apartment, a panicked female voice cry out, "Help! I'm being raped!" Then, according to him, all was quiet for a few seconds. Then I heard something about laundry detergent and bleach. Then some music started playing. Is this possibly a false alarm? I don't know. I don't think it's a false alarm. So I'll send out Oshiro, Jensen, and Cross. They're both low on professionalism, but I hope Oshiro has a plan to deal with this, and he's like the expert on the force, so he's going to help out the newbies. I could have sent Austin too, but we need to keep our best officer back in case he needs to respond to a call on his own. Homicide report, Kochi, Yancy and Asano, they have caught the offender, officers unharmed, and they're coming back fairly I knew this was going to be a false alarm, but I couldn't send only just one person if it turned out to be a disaster. We've had many disasters already. It turns out Mr. Queen's neighbor had just bought a new TV and we're watching some horror movies at full volume. Will I be able to respond to this in time? Yes. Damn it. Transformer vault. Electrician Jason Privet was conducting a regular inspection at the transformer substation and found a dirty hairy bum who pounced on him like a wild bear. The homeless man bit him pretty severely, ripping a piece of flesh from his hand. The electrician was stunned but managed to run away from the substation, leaving the suspect inside. Alright, Officer Austin. Chief, are you crazy? I'm not going out there alone. Okay, seems our best officer too can't go out alone. I couldn't. Assault. The offender has escaped. What? I thought the civilian would be safe. Oh my god. So he bit him to his death. That's bad. That's bad on our part. But we didn't have officers to respond with. It's not my fault that I sent out like 3 officers to a false alarm. I knew it would be a false alarm, but I had to respond first. Carjacking city center. 2 teenagers were laying in wait for the paramedics to go for their usual coffee, and then they made off with their ambulance. We literally turned away for less than a minute. Alright, Oshiro, Cross, and Jensen, off they go again. I'm sending them so that they get some boost in professionalism. Municipal assignment, City Hall. It's Cleanliness Day in Freiburg, which will be widely covered by TV and media. 3 employees from all city services, including the police, should come help clean up. Alright, Yancy, Asano, and Kochi, our best. We're sending out our best. Today is going to be a rough day. I can already feel it. 3 of our officers are gone, probably for the rest of the day. We have no officers to respond to calls with, because they just do not agree to go out alone. Carjacking, the offender has caught, the officers are unharmed, and very well. Let's get on. Rain stopped, but I can still hear it raining. Maybe like it's there it goes. The rain stopped. Massive fight in the dump. Yeah, we need to wait for our officers to come back. About a dozen homeless people were sifting through a landfill for valuables and came across a case with a combination lock. While they were deciding how to split the contents, the group began to fight. A few of them have knives. An eyewitness called the police and reports that some seem ready to fight to death. Yeah. Last time we sent out our best officers and a couple ended up dying due to a big fight. It seems the homeless are really dangerous and we need to go in guns blazing. Last time I surrounded the area instead of firing shots into the air. This time if I get an option like that, I'm just going to decide to let them, you know, give them the fire at will order. Public indecency. Massive fight with Austin leading. I had complete trust that everything would go well. And he has 2 stripes. So yeah, and Oshiro was there to back him up. You know, just two brilliant minds at one case. Alright, we have two calls and our officers should be back soon. Can I respond to this in time? No, I couldn't. Attempted carjacking. No one is trying to steal cars. The vehicle security system is too sensitive and reacts to even the slightest noise. I didn't even click on it. I should have read out the scenario at least. But okay, it was a false alarm. We got away with it. Public indecency at Beat Busters Dance Studio. Exotic dancer Marisa Gomez complained about a strange man in a raincoat. One of our rooms can be seen from the street. It's so we can attract customers. Customers, not perverts. This isn't the first time we chase this guy away. He comes all the time wearing a raincoat, no matter what the weather. And it seems like he's touching himself. Wow. Alright, Austin, Cross, and Jensen, off you go. We need to respond with full force. Keep the perverts off. Probably not the best idea. I said we need to respond with full force and right away we have a fight. The bouncer at the nightclub refused entrance to 5 lowlifes, hinting that flip-flops and sweatpants will chase off the women. The lowlifes got angry and decided to teach the bouncer some manners. A fight ensued. I don't think Oshiro is going to go out alone. We don't have enough officers to respond. Theft, 2 new frames. Okay, now we are talking. I went for lunch at 1. Couple of minutes later, the lights went out. I shut the door behind me. I remember that I bumped into the janitor's cart and was standing in the hallway, says the pharmacist. Suspect student of head physicians. Aaron Jones suspects the student, but I don't think it's the student. The student says I was in the bathroom when the lights went out. The only thing I saw is what you normally see while you're sitting on the toilet. Oh, and then a janitor came into the restroom with his cart. I heard him emptying the bin. Then the lights came on. I went to the head physician's office for a signature, but he wasn't there. I have the keys to the pharmacy, says the janitor. I washed the floors there just like everywhere else, but I don't have access to the electrical panel. Only my superiors have those keys. And here's another mystery. What happened to my garbage bags? Someone took them out of my truck, and I can't find them anywhere. Last frame before the film cuts out shows the janitor going down the corridor, his cart standing near the door to the hospital pharmacy. So, we know it's the pharmacist who has stolen the goods. So he first opens up the controller section because the keys. Where's the janitor? The janitor says only his superiors have those keys. So he opens it up, he turns off the power. He... Does he take the garbage bag first, then this, and is this how it goes on? No. Doesn't seem like it. So he steals it under the cover of light. He walks away and then he places it here? No. Am I doing something wrong here? Does he steal the bags first? Probably, right? No? Someone took them out of his truck. So the garbage bags were taken out. Only when were they taken out is the question. Is this him locking it or is this him opening it? Probably opening, right? This has to be the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. He just walks away with it, right? Or he dumps it in the garbage bag. Nope. Couple of minutes, light went out. I shut the door behind me. I remembered I'd bumped into the janitor's car that was standing in the hallway, says the pharmacist. Head physician says, I suspect student Aaron Jones. No, I don't think it's the student. I feel it's the pharmacist. Mr. Jones says, bathroom when the lights went out. Janitor says, yes, I have the keys to the pharmacy. Last janitor going down the corridor. His car standing near the door to the hospital pharmacy. He couldn't have taken the garbage bags out of there because it would have come on to the surveillance, right? It would have definitely been on the surveillance. So he unlocks it, turns off the power, goes and grabs the medicines, walks away, and there's something in between that we aren't sure happened. Okay, we're leaving that for another day. And we can't respond to the fight. Public indecency. The man is outside the window, pressing his nose against the glass and touching himself under his coat. Join the guy, grab the man by the arm and throw him in the petrol car. Sir, slowly fasten your pants and put your hands behind your head. Let's go with that. Let's be professional. Offender caught, officers unharmed. Brilliant. Can't respond to this. Hopefully it doesn't end with offender escaped. Two civilian deaths today because we didn't have enough officers to respond. Should have sent 2 instead of 3, but these guys' professionalism is low. It's so low that I have to respond with force. I can't just send 2 because then they would probably end up failing. Cutscene. That was a horrible day.
Mr. Boyd, I'm going home. Do you need anything?
Oh, no, don't go. I need to talk to you. I won't keep you long. I just need to make one phone call and I'll be right out, okay?
Of course, Mr. Boyd.
He's calling his wife's mother. Yeah.
Do you know what time it is?
I didn't mean, well, maybe I did. Guess I'm a son of a bitch.
Jack? Good Lord, Jack, I wanted to talk to you. Was wondering if you'd call. How do you feel?
I'm good, Mrs. Markham. Better than ever. The back pain is gone, the insomnia is gone, my hair is growing back, and my pathological indecisiveness seems to have run off somewhere.
Jack, if you think I had anything to do with that...
I'll waste no more time trying to think, Mrs. Markham. Every second counts. There's a lot to do. And one of those things is finding Laura.
Jack, your tone is scaring me.
Good.
Yeah.
Turns out I have a knack for that. scaring people.
It better scare.
So, Mrs. Markham, I'm gonna look for my wife, and if you somehow get in my way, I'll send a special squad to your house. First, they'll throw your dog in the fire, then they'll arrest you for prostitution.
What? What the he- Prostitution?
Sometimes it's necessary to invent charges. It's not like I can arrest you for being an unbearable bitch.
Oh, wow.
Emma, I need a detective.
Oh, of course, Mr. Boyd. What shift?
No, not one of ours. A private detective.
Oh.
I know that when your father stole your mother's jewelry and left her, you hired a private investigator. You didn't go to the police.
You know, Mr. Boyd, it was a family problem, and we felt that it would...
I understand perfectly, Emma. You don't need to explain anything. I'm in a similar situation. As you might have heard, my wife left the house. She's missing, you could say.
I'm not sure what you're...
I know you've heard all about it. I want her found, but I don't want the department involved. Same reason you didn't. So I decided to hire your private detective. Think you can arrange it?
Oh, of course, Mr. Boyd. I'll call him and arrange everything. And don't worry, he'll keep it a secret.
Fine. What do you need from me?
Well, just gather all the information that might be useful and put it in an envelope, bring it to me, and I'll take it to him.
Good. Okay, take the day off tomorrow and get a good night's sleep. The day after tomorrow, I'll have that envelope for you.
Alright. Lots going on. Jack Boyd being badass and scaring people. I would have probably the same reaction because I got bonked in the head while I was waiting for my wife. A meeting that my mother-in-law seemed to have set up. And she says she doesn't have anything to do with it. But of course, there's something fishy going on. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll continue on cleaning up the streets of Freeburg. Not so much cleaning up now, but being the absurdly scary chief of police. But whatever. We'll continue next episode. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.